Alright, so this is what I've been working on all evening. It's currently upside down, because I can turn off my welder because it's done for the night. But I welded it together mostly with 6022s and used 7014s for the stitch welding along the underside. It's going to be part of a trailer. I'm going to have another part extending off here yet, with another section of those pipes on it. So this is the top of the trailer, just for like a garden tractor or whatever, but it's flipped over. So these are the side supports. There's one here, one here. Spent most of the evening on this, so I can flip it over. Now, I use 6022 to tack weld these all on from the top and the sides. I have to sit this down so I can lift it. Oh boy! Okay, there we go. I have it leaning backwards right now. So that's the top. And the front section, that took 24 pipes to do. I had 3 bundles of them, but I only have 15 pipes remaining. So what I might do is either lay the pipes long ways and go out, or work from the center outwards and do a thinner section, and then kind of like do a V-shaped front, like it kind of tapers. Like the front is narrower than the back, if you get what I mean. So I'd have less pipes. All this is done with 6022. So what I did was, with each pipe that I put on, I welded under the sides and the front, and if I could, I would do in between. And I could have used a smaller rod, like the 3/32 7014s I used to finish off the stitch welding work underneath. But I guess it was just kind of just because thing. I don't know, I kind of like 6022. It was hot, fast, and really liquidy. That's why I used it to do this. Which may have not been the best choice, obviously, but I got both sides of that, and the undersides. You can't see the, I'll get you an idea. That welds right there. Each pipe on both sides has those. Like both those sides. And then there's the front. Well, maybe that'll be the back right now, I don't know. But I did stitch welding down that with 6022 on both sides. And for the base, is this. I took the tires off to weld it. At the front, an old lawnmower. I used a Sawzall to cut off. It's been raining. So I welded all the moving parts fast. I put a brace here and a brace here, and all points of contact I welded. I used 6011 and 6010 to do this mostly because of the amount of paint on it to cut through it. Some places, like under there, I wasn't able to get to with the wire brush. And this is going to be the base. And hopefully it'll be a tip bed trailer. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I've made the whole thing on the fly. It's coming up right as I go. I had a rough idea, but not a fully laid out plan entirely. So the next section of pipes would go from here out. I may or may not put some piece of flat metal in between there to weld the ends together. But I will be putting supports between this end and the end piece right there. Just like under here. So yeah, that's the progress so far. It was fun. Time consuming, but fun. I'll probably leave this mess out and just condense it, because I'll work on it tomorrow after work, and if it's not done tomorrow evening, I'll finish it up Tuesday for sure. Garage is a very bad place to keep rods, but I don't really have a choice. I don't know if the 7014s are still like this or not. There we go. Kind of see how shiny those are? Moisture. These are just sopping wet. You can see it on my hands. Well, I can. I don't know if the camera picks it up. But maybe I didn't notice it at first. I don't know. But whenever I got these and took them over to the front of the garage, I didn't see this. But I'm thinking once they got to a wetter part, not wetter, a drier part of the garage where it's not so wet, they started, I don't know, doing this. Look at that, you see it on my fingers. Worst part is I have low hydrogen rods, like 7018s, and nowhere to store them. That is, unless I get a rod oven, having some sort of crystallized stuff on them. So yeah, that's the predicament. Not the best storage system right now. Let's just wrap this up for the night. Mess everywhere. That'll be a project for another day. Clean all that up. I don't remember where I put my olive drab baseball cap. Probably left it inside or something. Probably 9 o'clock by now. Getting some of the rain is actually from, what is it, Hurricane Henry, Harvey, something like that. I don't know. Something starting with H. I was going to do a video on the 16th inch diameter 6013, but I didn't get to it. I think that's grinding dust stuck all over it. But this is my rod bucket tomorrow. The lawn tractor I have is a 1964-65 Alice Chalmers B112. Hasn't battery issues until recently, at least that I know of. Me and Dad figured out the amp meter was not hooked up to some sort of system thingy up here that charges the battery. So yeah, there's that. There's not a huge amount of metal left in the garage to work with. Dad's going to make a trailer too. Because this stuff is scrounged up. And then I'll be figuring out how to get a dump on that. And this, well, I don't know if that's too big for the receiver, especially for a lawn tractor. Maybe something like that. Maybe. I don't know what else they got. Oh, that worked. Kind of what we got going on here. Shut this off and head in. Not sure I'll do the sides on this yet. We have 3 big, I don't know how big they are. I want to say 4 by 3. Is that about right? Sounds a little small. I don't know. Square foot sheets of like 16th inch. It's a little less than eighth of an inch. I don't think it's quite 16th of an inch, but it's a diamond plate, steel. It's been sitting around where Dad works. He got it, so he's going to use that for his trailer. That's one of the main reasons why I stuck to an unconventional design. Lights. Grinder. I'll wrap this stuff up. Get it out of the way for people doing animals here tomorrow. Try to do like a part 2 and if need be part 3 update on this trailer as I go. Everything is soggy around here. Because the whole back of the garage leaks when it rains heavy. A little warm. I welded with that for a few hours this evening. And I've welded with it for a pretty fair length of time underneath a friend's truck, and it's never reached the duty cycle. Assuming it. I would assume a little loader like this has like, should say on the side, stock rated output. Oh, it's 100% duty cycle. How did I not realize that? That's awesome. Here I thought it was a 20% duty cycle. That would explain a lot. And it's also very helpful to know. And here I thought the only 100% duty cycle welders were those big shop ones we used. Don't assume. Should have been pretty obvious had I looked. So that wraps that up. I have coming in the mail, I think 7024 1/8 inch diameter, 7015, 7016, 6016, 6027, and arc brazing rods, which I found out are a thing. It's like brazing, but with an actual arc welding stick. Yeah, unlike what I was demonstrating with the that's a big Hornet, with the yeah, what do you recall it? The brazing rods with the borax flux. So I'll be showcasing those at some point. Yep.